In this week's edition of Technique Tuesday, we are going to go over a stretch that we use with all of our athletes, which is our version of the world's greatest stretch. So this is a movement that is kind of a catch-all movement where we're getting a lot of mobility, a little bit of strength, and it's something that, like I said, we use with all of our athletes, regardless if they're a young middle school kid all the way up to our professional athletes and everything in between. This is something that we try to utilize pre-training, post-training, pre-practice, post-practice, even something if you've been riding in the car for too long. We encourage our athletes to hop out, give a couple of world's greatest stretches, and get back in the car. So Dalton here is going to give me a little assist on this. We're just going to talk through a couple of the common mistakes that we see during this stretch, and then we'll try to correct them and make sure we're doing this thing correct. All right? Dalton, first one, we're going to go with the knee hug. When we're doing this, we try to hold each step of the stretch for 2 seconds. Okay, so be slow and deliberate. That's like a 5-count hold, but we'll keep going. Nice job. Okay, go ahead. So the first mistake we see is when we step into this, we often see them step too short and they go a big knee over the toe look here. Okay, so what we want to see is just kind of going back a little bit, is making sure this back leg is straight. Okay, so locking that back knee out. Both hands I want inside this front foot. Yep, so we call this kind of the runner's lunge. Okay, so this is our runner's lunge where we're back leg straight and this knee is behind this toe. Okay, good. From here, Dalton's gonna drop his inside elbow to the floor, or to the floor. For me, it's always towards the floor because I'll never get there. And then from here, he's going to twist, open up, and this is another common mistake we see, is not getting this movement from his thoracic spine, but trying to flail this arm over and get it from the shoulder, okay? So we want to think open up from our thoracic spine here. There we go. Follow the hand with his eyes. And then when we're in this position, I want to think about getting really long, basically palm to palm. So put your palm down on the ground there, Dalton. There you go. And now we're getting really long from this down palm to this upper palm. We're trying to reach and trying to push that hand through the turf, okay? From here, this hand is gonna go outside the left foot, okay? Again, he's gonna pause for 2 seconds, and then he's going to do his kind of hip lift. Back heel is gonna drive towards the ground. There we go. Again, trying to lock this leg out. We've got a good calf stretch here, hamstring stretch here, okay? And then here's again another mistake we see is when we come into this last step here, stepping in on this back leg. So go ahead, just step in, Dalton. Okay, that's how we want to step, where we're getting this knee under this hip. But a lot of times we'll see kids that will skip this step and they'll stay long. So put that leg back out and then they'll come up from there. Okay, so just come up into your half. There you go. Okay, so we want to try to get into this 90-90 position. So step underneath you here, Dalton. There you go. Then we're going to come up from there. Good? And then we're going to stand up.